When I put regular mud on here, I got at least 2 coats, maybe two or 3 coats of mud on here because it was heavy spray texture. And if I put regular mud in here, because this is kind of a deep groove that I have to fill up. If I put regular mud on there, I'm going to have to let that dry and put 2 different coats on. So I think the best thing for me to do is go ahead and I'm going to use Quickset right here. And I can just fill that up like that, all the way around it. You know, and then once that dries, I can put regular mud over the top of that. Okay? Not, like I say, I don't have to get it perfect. But I can go around this whole thing. And I'll have to clean it off a little bit. Boy, maybe I should use a better little knife here. This is my better one. That other one was kind of old. You know, so I can just kind of go along here with this one. And then once this dries, I'll put a regular coat of mud, all-purpose joint compound on there and blend it in with the existing so that I can paint this. This will be way better when this gets all done. And I've got my nice little knife here. Let's try that out. My little plastic knife. Just going to use that and build this edge up as best I can with this Quickset. And it works. I mean, what else are you going to do here if you need to do a small little edge? I couldn't have gotten in there with the regular putty knife because this edge was too small. That's why I'm glad I had this plastic knife. And I cut it to fit it in there. And as I say, there's only so much I can do to get this in there before I have to just let it set. Because even the other thing, when you're doing it with the plastic knife, it doesn't flatten out as easily as a metal blade. That's the other thing. If you just have plastic knives and you're going to try to do this whole thing, I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. You get regular knives. If you're going to start doing some of your patches, then it makes sense. The money you save, you can put some of that money into some tools that you'll need. You know? You just have to do that sometimes. You're investing a little bit of your money in yourself for a change. What a novel idea. Invest in yourself. When's the last time you did that? You know? Like I said, I'm not going to mess with this too much. That's all I'm going to do for the first coat. See, it doesn't have to look pretty, but when I get all done, it's going to look nice. Now I got 1 coat on there. I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit more on there of Quickset before I do my all-purpose mud. That way it'll fill up the voids better. And then they won't shrink when I put the next mud on. An all-purpose mud, once I put it on there, I'm going to float that over this and bridge it down and tie it into the existing. And this I'm able to do the same day, you know, because I use Quickset. I want to be fairly careful, but if I don't get it perfect, that's okay. The next bit of mud, my all-purpose mud, will get it on there. Just Jim Dandy. See, it's not that hard. You can do this. I can do it. You can do it. Let's see how that plastic knife is going to fit in here and get this second coat on. It's doing okay. Like I said, it's not as good as a metal knife, but I'm just going to do the best I can. This is the second coat of the quick set. And once that dries, then I'll put the all-purpose mud over that, and that'll be a little bit easier to smooth out with this plastic knife. This plastic knife edge has some little ridges on it. I guess I should have sanded it or something, because that's leaving some ridges on my material, so I'll have to be careful about that before I put my next coat on. Next time you get ready to paint and you need to do a little bit of work around your thermostat, take a little bit of extra time and do it right. For this next coat, I'm going to make sure that my putty knife is nice and flat edge there. I got my sanding pad here. Just going to do that to it and get off all those burrs. Now if you got a little putty knife, you can do the same thing. You can get it nice and sharp and smooth, because you don't want any little ridges on this edge. So when you pull it down, especially down here in the corner, when I pull that down, I want it all nice and smooth. So I'm going to work on this a little bit more, and this is going to work out good. See, the sanding paddle comes in handy for lots of things. Sweet. That's all I have for you today. I'll see you next time.